Hi everyone, welcome to Advice to Think Twice. This is Monica and I'm doing our weekly readings for fire signs in the week ahead. So that's Aries, Leo, Sag, whether that's your sun, your moon, your rising, or your Venus sign, or you have a lot of planets in fire signs, or you're cross-watching. Technically we're looking at the week beginning October 11th, but the readings are timeless. So whenever you feel drawn to watch them, watch them. And be sure to watch all your signs. Information on private readings is always in the description box below. And please make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And thank you to everyone who has. I'm using the Tarot del Toro deck and the Magical Unicorns Oracle cards. Okay. So, what's going on with Aries? I'm going to say 103 doing timestamps. What's going on with my nose itches? It just started. So it might be a message for you. What's going on for Aries in the week ahead? Aries in the week ahead. Okay. The Knight of Wands with the Clarifier, I'm going to leave it face down for now as the situation. The Tower as the challenge. And the Eight of Swords as the outcome. The Eight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. So there's okay, so the feeling that I'm getting is, did I say this in last week's reading? Because I'm getting, I want to go. you know, like Joey and Friends. Oh, I want to go. The Knight of Wands. I feel like something was prepared, discussed, agreed upon to do with a trip or to do with a change of residence, a change of job, or progression within a job situation. A move or a change was planned. Okay. And here comes the Tower. Out of the blue, that gets knocked down. Whatever the plan was, it kind of crumbles. Okay, and in the outcome we have the Eight of Swords. That leaves you feeling stuck where you are, at least for the time being. Okay, I mean, that's pretty straightforward. With the Eight of Pentacles and Six of Cups, yeah, it was a trip to see someone you cared for or someone you loved, or to see family. Or it's something that has been planned for a long time, whether it's about your career progression. Okay, whatever type of move, as in change, okay, was talked about, planned, promised, bought the tickets, whatever. Okay, you started that process. For someone maybe to do with property, sales, purchases kind of falling through, or unexpected delays, okay, whatever the case may be, and you're left feeling stuck where you are. Let's look at the clarifier, the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, this will be climbing the ladder. This will be a job change that was planned or agreed upon and it falls through. A promotion that was discussed, agreed upon, it falls through. Or some sort of a work trip could fall through. Or an agreement to do with your finances, expanding your finances, growing your finances, however that makes sense. Okay, so it could be a loan falling through. What I do want to say, because obviously it's not a great message, but what I do want to say is with the Tower, there was something overlooked. This could be Mercury retrograde energy, right? It's a necessary delay. It's a necessary restart, okay, because something was overlooked, something wasn't done properly. Okay. So it could be someone offering you a job that had no authority offering you that job. So it's like, if you were to quit your job thinking, oh yeah, I have this other one, we've talked about it, agreed to it, everything's great, and then you turn up for the new one and they're like, no, you don't have a job here. Oh no, that person had no authority offering you that job. Oh, that person got fired anyway. You know what I mean? And then you're stuck. Or if it's something to do with property, there was something that was not addressed. Something, I feel like, in the foundation of that building, or something wrong with the building itself, or plumbing, or whatever, and it needed to be addressed. So even though it sucks because you want to go, right? It's necessary for this to be corrected. And then when you do go, you can keep going, right? It's not going to be start and stop. I'm going to pull one more card here. So let's clarify. Knight of Wands with the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, and the Two of Wands. The Tower with the Seven of Wands. Yeah, this is telling you don't give up. Hold your ground, okay? Hold your ground. This is a pause, but it's necessary, okay? And the Eight of Swords with the Queen of Swords. Yeah, you're feeling very disappointed. You're feeling like, you know, you're cut. You are undercut. You are betrayed in some sort of way. Queen of Cups as well. But this is a blessing in disguise. Queen of Swords and the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is a very helping energy. It's a supportive energy. Yeah, look, the Ace of Swords is under the Six of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Something needs more time. That's why you also have the two eights, Eight of Pentacles, Eight of Swords. Something needs more time. And I can see with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Wands, they're like, no, I'm ready. I'm ready to make the transition from the old thing to the new thing. But it is not ready. Okay, does that make sense? But the Seven of Wands is telling you, hang in there. Don't give up on how far you've come. Don't throw this away. This is a necessary setback. Okay? You're not going to be stuck there forever. It's not something that is completely failed and it's not an option for you anymore. It's a necessary, temporary setback. But someone has your back. Someone is working on your behalf, whether that is your spiritual team, the universe, or an actual person. This will be addressed and corrected, put right with the Queen of Swords as well. And trust that this is happening for you, not to you, is what I want to say. Okay? All right? So you're just going to have to stay put and be patient a little while longer. It's not going to be this week, but remember, we're just looking at a week ahead, right? It's not going to be this week, but when it does, when you get that green light, it will just be go, go, go from there. Does that make sense? I feel like this is the last delay, the last setback, the last hiccup. And then you can go. Let's see, an oracle message for Aries. An oracle message for Aries for the week ahead. No? Oracle message for Aries. Oracle message for Aries for the week ahead. Okay, so I'll take that one because it's kind of sticking out. Aw, love. I was just hearing in my head, you didn't talk about love. The answer you're seeking is love. So this is just reminding you, okay, because it's with this Queen of Cups energy. This is happening for you, not to you. You're being protected from something. Something is being put right for you. You may not have known, because I feel like that's where the Tower shows up. You didn't know this was not right. You didn't know this wasn't done properly in the first place. You didn't know something was skipped. You didn't know something was underhanded. You didn't know something was illegal. You know what I mean? And this isn't happening to take this away from you. This is happening to make sure that you're getting it the right way. You're receiving it the proper way, the legal way, right? So you can get it and then make it yours. It's not going to be something that you get, but because it wasn't done properly in the first place, it gets taken away from you. Does that make sense? Okay. So I feel like that's to do with travel plans, plans to move, anything involving work and finances. When it comes to love, the feeling that I'm getting, because you have 2 queens and you have the 3 of pentacles there, you're gonna have to make a choice. Someone's giving you an ultimatum with that Tower energy and the 7 of Wands. Someone's giving you an ultimatum. Choose one or the other. Okay, so for some of you, that's what's going on. For others, you also have the 6 of Cups there. It could be that someone from the past is coming in. Okay, Queen of Swords energy as well. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Someone who was stuck on you, or you were stuck on them. We haven't seen each other or spoken in a good long while, but the feelings are still there. And I feel like this is someone coming in demanding, with the 7 of Wands, an answer. Okay, I feel like they're telling you how they feel, and they want to know how you feel. Okay, and it's like they're coming in, there's a bit of a forceful approach. So you have a lot of history with this person, or you've been through a lot together. Okay, this is your person. You viewed each other as they're my person. So it's like they're coming in and they're like, I don't care if you're talking to anyone else. We can make this right. Let's do this together. You know what I mean? So you have the opportunity, if you wanted to revive what was a very loving situation. And for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I feel like this is someone who was holding back. They were holding back. They weren't ready. Because I said someone or something needs more time. They weren't ready before, and you were. It could be vice versa, but that's how I'm reading it now. Okay, they weren't ready. They were holding back. They were, they may have even told you, I need more time. I'm not ready, or whatever. And so things kind of fell apart. Or you got upset and left, or you gave them an ultimatum and out of spite they said no, or something along those lines happened. Okay, I get a clash and a butting of heads despite the love that is there. And now they're coming back and they're like, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. You know this is right. Let's do this. Okay? And if this is someone new, like I say, you could be talking to 2 different people, or you have your eye on one person, but then out of the blue, here's the other person, this other person coming in, and they're amazing, right? And it's something takes you by surprise, and you're gonna have to make a decision on it very quickly. There's a choice involved, and you're gonna have to make it quick, okay? If it's to do with a love life. This could even be where, yeah, there may have been physical distance and restrictions, so this person couldn't reach you until now. And that's when they're coming in thick and fast, and they're like, let's do this. I've been having these conversations with myself for so long. I just want to tell you, you can say okay, and let's just go, okay? Okay, let's move on to Leo. Where are we on? 1330, roughly. What's going on for Leo in the week ahead? What's going on for Leo in the week ahead? Leo in the week ahead. Okay. What do we got? 2 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the Queen of Cups. Bottom of the deck, the Knight of Discs or the Knight of Pentacles. 2 choices, multiple choices, 7 of Cups under that. Yeah, I mean, for some of you, you have a choice to make between an earth sign and a water sign, and you may be choosing the water sign. Or you have a choice to make between someone who, they just move very slowly, you don't really quite know where you stand with them. And here's this other person that's very open and wears their heart on their sleeve, and that's why you're going with them, okay? Sorry, I've been reading all day. Yeah. I feel like, yeah, because the 2 of Pentacles is a choice, okay? Could be a balancing act, but you know, it's where you're weighing your options. The Knight of Cups shows up as a challenge because maybe for some of you, you're dealing with someone who's emotionally unavailable, who has a hard time expressing their feelings, who has a hard time opening up. Okay, it takes a lot and a long time for this person to open up. You could be dealing with someone who has a little bit of trust issues. Okay, so they're very guarded and they're very protective, and they're very, that looks like they're very closed off. 3 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and here's this other person. Because you have 3 of Cups and the 7 of Cups, that's options, that's choices. And I feel like this other someone is in a way the opposite to the person you're dealing with or thinking about, okay? Because they wear their heart on their sleeve, they're open, they're honest, they have no problem telling you how they feel, they have no problem asking you out, you know, they have no problem sharing emotion. And so I feel like you might be shifting course, because the Knight of Discs, we have earth sign versus water sign, but with the Knight of Discs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, this could be for some of you, this could be where now currently you're dealing with 2 people, the scenario that I've explained. For others, this is where this person is at a physical distance, not just emotional, it's at a physical distance. Maybe there was a separation, or maybe you dated one time and you kept waiting for them to ask you out again and it's not going anywhere, but you kind of like them, so they're still in your energy, right? You still have hopes for them, you're still invested one way or another, with that 7 of Cups as well there. And here's this person that's here now and opening up to you, and so you might be releasing what you had, like a dream, a hope regarding this unavailable person, or this person who's at a distance, or this person who's not focused on you right now because they're focused on your money or whatever it is, and you're choosing to go in this other direction with this other person. Does that make sense? And it could also be the case if it's with if it's involving work, if it involves whatever kind of choice you're dealing with, really, Leo. The bottom line is there's this one choice, one option, but it's either going to take a lot of work, it's going to take a lot of time, it's going to take a lot of patience, it's going to take a lot of money, and it's still, the outcome is still unknown, right? I mean, it's technically it should be successful, but because things are moving so slowly, it makes you question it. Versus this other option coming in, and this is coming in as a challenge because, like I say, it's not something that you're looking for necessarily. I feel like you already have your heart set on this other thing, or you've made your mind up and you've made your peace with the fact that it's just going to take what it takes, and as long as it takes. It's almost like one option, you kind of have to keep talking yourself into staying and talking yourself into, you know, it is what it is. It's what I want, so I mean, of course there's going to be some work that I need to put in, or yes, I'm going to have to make sacrifices, or, you know, you're telling yourself these things. And then here comes this other option where it's just easy. It's like, I don't have to convince myself of anything. I don't have to make all these sacrifices. And you're like, why was I invested in that other thing? I thought that's how it was supposed to be, but here's this other option that's a lot easier, and it just clicks and it just comes together. You know what I mean? It's almost like you made your peace with the fact that something was gonna be, yeah, look, the Ace of Cups, 3 of Cups, and the 2 of Wands, and the Hangman. Yeah, you were looking at an option. You have the old versus the new, okay, with that 2 of Wands there. The old is stuck. Knight of Pentacles with the Hangman, it's not going anywhere for whatever reason. The focus isn't on you. The focus isn't on your contract, your connection, your relationship. It's nothing's happening, okay? And because the Hangman is also a voluntary pause, right? So you told yourself, I don't know, it's one of them things where people tell you, oh, if you really want this, you're gonna have to fight for it, and yeah, it's not easy to be in a relationship. There's always stuff to work on. There's always going to be delays. There's always going to be problems. And so you're like, well, you know, it's what it is, right? But then here comes this other thing, and you're like, oh, hold on. This isn't difficult. This isn't challenging. This isn't a fight every step of the way. This isn't work every day of my life, right? This isn't me having to make sacrifice over sacrifice over sacrifice. It's like you were focused on a situation where you had to, it's like, I'm seeing like two puzzle pieces that just don't go together naturally. If you cut a little bit out of one or you add a little bit to the other, they can fit, they can sit together, but they don't go together. Does that make sense? And this other thing coming in is the missing piece that goes with your piece. Does that make sense? And it just comes together. It just clicks. And it's beautiful, right? So I'm hoping, I hope I'm explaining that in a way that makes sense, Leo. But yeah, something that you told yourself, well, this is how it is, right? Relationships are hard work and stuff like that. And here comes this relationship and it's not hard work at all. It's like, oh, I think this and that and the other, and you're expecting the other person to challenge that or question that, and the other person goes, I feel the same way. But the one you're looking at or dealing with would question you and push back and challenge you and debate. And you're like, oh man, why does it have to be so goddamn hard? You know what I mean? But like I say, you've made your peace with the fact that, you know, that's just what it is. That's how it is. That's how it should be. It's okay. It's normal. And there's this other thing coming in, and it's like, oh, okay. So there's a better way, there's an easier way. Oh, okay. You know what I mean? That's what I'm picking up on. So whether that's going on in your love life or is going on with your work situation, where you are in a situation where you thought that's, you know, I don't know how do I put this to give you an example, right? You're in a job where you have to do everything, and you think that that's just how it is, right? That's just how it is. It's a small team. We just kind of have to all do what we can do, and we have to hustle, and we have to make it work every day. But it's because you've already made your peace with the fact that it is what it is, right? And then here comes this offer for this other job where it's less work. You only do one job, not 5. It's more money. Better people, if I can say, right? Like-minded people. And it just works. You don't have to struggle. And you're like, oh, okay. Okay. I thought that's normal, but okay. So you're shifting course. Okay, so I think I've explained that to death. I think. Because I'm just repeating myself, so that's how I know that I've explained it enough. Okay, so let's see. Oracle message for Leo. Ooh, you get 2. Okay. What do we got? Happy surprise. See, I'm telling you, you weren't looking for this because you thought that's how it should be. The situation you were in, the struggle, you thought that's how it should be. So you weren't looking. Okay, you're like, well, I kind of have to be happy because it is what it is. And here's this happy surprise. Something very good is about to happen. Boom, out of the blue, you're missing peace. And hello and goodbye. What am I telling you? You can't make this stuff up. You'll soon see that this change will make things better. You don't have to struggle. You don't have to fight. You don't have to... You know, I'm surprised I'm not seeing the 10 of Wands in here. Okay, so Leo, keep your eyes peeled. Because it's going to be a conversation. It's going to be an offer that comes in unexpectedly. It's going to be someone asking you out. It's going to be someone who I feel like you just have a connection with. You just have a conversation and it just flows. Whereas you're used to having to fight for your point, you know, get your point across, and you know what I mean? And this one's it just flows, and you're on the same page, and you think the same things, and if it's not a matter of you think the same things, you have the same attitude in terms of someone's entitled to their opinion. I'm going to sit here quietly and allow them to have their point of view and allow them to have their perspective, and maybe take that in and consider, maybe I agree with that as well. Maybe they have new information. Does that make sense? It's like a like-minded person. You don't have to be twins, right? But you have the same attitude towards everyone. Deserves to be who they are, and they deserve to be heard and appreciated and cared for and respected for who they are. And because you both have the same attitude, you can have different points of view, but you discuss them. It doesn't have to be a fight. It doesn't have to be a debate. Whereas the situation you were in, it was a fight. It was a debate. Okay? You have to fight to have an opinion. And in your mind, again, you made your peace with the fact that that's just how it is. And here is this other thing, right? And it's like, oh my God, there's a different way. There's a better way. Okay? Okay. So that's pretty awesome. You're gonna have to tell me what that's about, Leo, because I mean, it's amazing. It's like aha moment, choir singing. You're like, oh, so I don't have to struggle? Oh, that's nice, right? Okay. And Sagittarius, let's say 2607. Going on for Sagittarius in the week ahead. Sagittarius in the week ahead. Sagittarius. In the week ahead. Seven of Cups, Temperance, Five of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, the Knight of Blades or the Knight of Swords with the Four of Cups and the King of Discs, King of Pentacles, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Okay, so current situation with the Seven of Cups. This is looking at your options, looking at your choices, looking to see if you have other options. It's also an energy of planning. Well, it's not really planning, it's more of envisioning the future. It's not where you sit down and write it out, right? It's like where you have it in your own head, and wouldn't it be nice if this and that and the other, okay? Could also be searching, research, having too many options and you're confused and you're overwhelmed. Could also be searching for clarity because you're overwhelmed. The challenge is Temperance, your energy. So for some of you, the message is whatever's going on, whatever choices you have, be true to who you are, and you'll know what the right choice is. Remember who you are, and you'll know what the correct decision is, okay? Or you'll know what is the best thing for you, okay? For others of you, this is telling you, give yourself enough time to weigh your options. Give yourself enough time to get more information or ask for more information, okay? In the outcome, we have the Five of Pentacles. So there is a sense of, I don't know if you're doing this or someone else is doing this, and you're feeling the aftermath of it. But the Five of Pentacles can talk about, oh, okay, for some of you, I'm seeing cutting your losses, cutting ties with something, pulling your energy back from something or someone. I feel like you have choices you didn't have before, and these choices are better suited to you than your current situation. So you might be cutting things out, okay? Or you're saying no to certain things or certain people. The Four of Cups and the Knight of Swords could also be in the Nine. The Four of Cups tells me that the situation you've been in, challenge with the Temperance card, can also be you being stuck, or you feeling like you don't have choices. And it tells me with the Four of Cups that you haven't been happy or fulfilled for a while. And with that Knight of Swords there, maybe you have been afraid to make change. or allow changes to happen, or afraid to have that conversation. This may involve earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. It could also be that you have been in a situation because it was secure, it was safe, but you weren't necessarily happy there. Does that make sense? It fulfilled you in terms of finances or status, reputation, or bringing stability into your life, but you weren't fully happy there. Your heart wasn't fulfilled. Does that make sense? Could also be a case of where you're in a job for the money and not necessarily because it's what you love to do. And you know what? Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, and sometimes that's what we have to do. But I feel like you're now in a place where you're feeling stable enough to look for what it is that would truly make you happy. Okay? I feel like you've covered, because you have the King of Pentacles, you're covered financially. You're stable with anything else, right, in your life. So you can afford to look at things that would make you happy. Doing something that you would love to do, even though maybe it doesn't pay so well, or it doesn't pay as much as what you're making now. But because you've saved up and you've made investments, and so you've got a different grasp on your finances, you can afford to not worry about that, okay? And this could be you walking away from a job. It could be the same case with a relationship or a friendship. Okay, it's something you've been in it for a long time. Maybe at one point it did make you happy, but things have changed, your priorities have changed, whatever the case may be. And this could be where you're going from one thing to another, or you're just getting out of a situation, right? Because you're coming to terms with the fact that, you know what, it doesn't make me happy. It's not about the status anymore. It's not about the finances. It's not about that aspect of stability. I want to be happy and fulfilled emotionally as well. Okay, let's do some clarifying here. What is this Seven of Cups in the current situation? Yeah, there's an offer coming in with the Knight of Cups. I feel like there's an offer coming in that you weren't looking for before, right? But now that it's here and it's in your face, you're like, this sparks something in me emotionally, right? Temperance with the Three of Pentacles. So that leaves you looking at your investments, but also, yeah, I feel like you're weighing your options. You got a choice to make. One option is something you've been in, it's stable, it's familiar, it makes you money, it gives you a sense of stability, whatever it is. And the other option just makes you happy, right? That's all it is. And the Five of Pentacles in the outcome, the Queen of Cups. Yeah, I feel like you're going from one thing to the other. Five of Swords, yeah, some conflict because of the severing of ties, or because truth is spoken. In fact, you're speaking your truth, whether it's to a boss or to a partner or to a friend or to whoever, right? You're speaking your truth and you're telling them, I haven't been happy for quite some time. I haven't been feeling like I'm fulfilled. I haven't been feeling connected to this in a long time. And this is sparked by some sort of offer, a conversation, a meeting. Whether an offer is made or not, it's that meeting shows you a different way with the Seven of Cups. Shows you the possibilities. Okay? What is possible. And I do feel like you're walking away maybe from an earth sign towards a water sign, or you're walking away from something that has been a source of stability in your life for quite some time. It just didn't fulfill you emotionally, and now you're in a position where you can afford to look at just what makes you happy and not worry about the money, the status, what everyone else thinks you should do, what is expected of you, anything like that. Okay? let's look at your oracle advice here. Angels and guides, what is the oracle advice for Sagittarius for the week ahead? And remember that temperance energy is a challenge, is something that is telling you to be true to yourself, or is telling you to make it about yourself. Don't think about anyone else. What makes you and you alone, what makes you happy, right? What fulfills you. Oracle advice for Sagittarius for the week ahead. Oracle advice for Sagittarius. Cut that one. Decide. Well, we didn't see that coming, did we? It's time to clearly make a decision about what you want. What did I just say? What was I saying? It's time to make it about you and what you want and what fulfills you and what gives you a sense of meaning and what gives you a sense of happiness and a sense of fulfillment and a sense of purpose. Okay? And yes, it's not going to be easy to cut ties with a friendship, a job, another person. Because, yeah, with the Four of Cups and the King of Discs, it has been in your life for quite some time. And it has given you a sense of stability and a sense of fulfillment. Just a different kind of fulfillment, right? Because I feel like you're expecting some clashes, some pushback, some conflicts when you speak your truth. But at the end of the day, you have an offer on the table for something that, or if it's not an offer on the table, you see the potential of something, or you see the possibilities of something. Does that make sense? And that gives you a different perspective on things. Maybe it even helps you realize that you've been playing it safe for a long time, or it helps you realize that you don't have to play it safe anymore. Okay, you can afford to do something you love. You don't have to worry about the money anymore. Does that make sense? And you just have to be clear about what it is that makes you happy and what it is that you want to do about it. Okay? And express that decision. Don't involve anyone in a love triangle. Don't keep anyone hanging. Don't give anyone false hope. Don't try to do two things at the same time. Don't try to sell yourself short. Make compromises where you shouldn't be making compromises. It's time to make it about you and be true to you. Be honest with yourself. What makes you happy? It's not about anything else, okay? Because I feel like with the King of Discs there, you're in a position where you can afford, right? Whether that's financially or in any other form, whether that's financially or metaphorically, right? You can afford to only look for what makes you happy, okay? Or only go for what makes you happy. Right? Okay. So I'll leave it there. You're going to have to tell me what this is about for you, if it makes sense to you, how it resonates. But I hope the reading helps you if you are dealing with this type of situation. And be sure to watch all your signs. Make the most of the week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.